Come stop and take a trip down on my block, where you see hidden potential, young minds sharper than Ginsu, and ain't afraid to speak their mind if they got something against you. We standing with you, we tackle issues like civic pride. Hate will cease to exist, let's put our differences aside. From my side to your side, from Dutchtown to South Side, from Penrose to North Side, from Benton Park to Old North, the West End, the West Side. We blessed when we step out, we stand down, rise up, stand together, wise up.
This is Stitchcast Studio, produced by St. Louis Story Stitchers in St. Louis, Missouri.
Members of our Stitchcast podcast with members of the community, live on location from Hyde Park at an Office of Violence Prevention Kickback event. In this special edition episode of Stitchcast Studio.
They say who that, but you already knew that. That be them story stitches, story stitches, story stitches, story stitches, story stitches.
Yo, what's up everybody? It is Ameren and we're here with the special edition of Stitchcast Live here at Hyde Park with the OVP Kickback. It's a beautiful day. We're gonna have some beautiful conversations. People are just gonna come over here and share their stories with us. So we hope you all enjoy this special edition, and let's see what we get.
At a OVP Kickback in Hyde Park, you know what I'm saying? And we got Blue Beatz on the microphone, rare occasion where Blue actually step, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
From behind the mixer and hop on the mic, you know what I'm saying?
But it's such a beautiful day. I'm like, I might as well.
It's an amazing day.
I might as well.
It looks good out here. It feels good out here.
And y'all having so many good conversations. Let me be a part of it. Might as well.
You feel me? We looking around, you know what I'm saying? People of every color. Like it's just a beautiful situation.
He not lying.
On me, bro. Like, I ain't gonna start naming specific races, but I'm just saying.
This is a beautiful thing. Like for the city and for the neighborhood and all the organizations involved, this is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I would agree. So let's just hop into it, bro. Like I thought it was, you know what I'm saying, not only necessary, but it felt important to have a conversation with you out here. Because even though this ain't the neighborhood you grew up in, it's still like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Down the street, as you say. You know what I'm saying?
So my family from down the street, like Natural Bridge and Newstead, something like the Ville area. But you know what I'm saying? I'm a North Side baby, so yeah, this ain't too far from where I spent a lot of time at. So yeah, I've been in this park before. I've actually performed and did concerts in this park. So yeah.
So that lead me to why I felt like we should have this conversation, because pretty much as soon as we walked in the park, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I started having
pointed
memories.
out the centerpiece and
Most definitely.
Started telling me about things that happened. So
Yeah.
can you get into for the people that's listening, for the fact that we recording, can you tell that story again? What happened in this park that was you know what I'm saying, instrumental to making you the musician you are?
So this park, I would say, and it's funny, we was having a conversation prepping for a podcast yesterday, just talking about significant performances and significant stages. And was this the example that I brought up? No. I talked about the other example when
right, where you almost got kicked out.
Right.
Or
But,
where you did get kicked out.
Yeah. But that's another story. But yeah, this park does hold a bit of significance to me, because I think it was around like 2012. It was like my senior year in high school, and a good friend of mine, she was putting on shows, and I was helping her coordinate the shows and stuff. But I was performing in the shows, and we did it right in this park, right in at that gazebo over there that we looking at right now, where the DJ is. It was a dope experience. I kind of got some administrative experience helping her organize the shows. But when I got to perform, I was a pretty good performer. Very confident. A little bit of the confidence was arrogance. And, you know, I did my thing when I performed. I put on a great show. But it was another guy, man, Chris Grimes. And shout out to Chris Grimes. I don't know if we talked about this, but I don't know if I ever told him this story directly like this. Maybe he'll hear this podcast. But he a person that's kind of responsible for pushing me to be better. I was like 18 at the time. No, I was younger than 18. I wasn't 18 yet. I was about 17 or so. And I had good music. It was fun, but it wasn't a lot of substance to it. And watching him perform kind of showed me that, to where I did a good job and everybody cheered for me and rooted me on. But a lot of the people that I felt like to be some of my top tier fans, like when he got up there, like he put out a guitar and got to rapping about real life stuff and pulling at them heartstrings, like the way that he touched everybody, like that was inspiring and that was different. And you know what I'm saying, I really never had too many of those creative experiences, you know what I'm saying, of seeing a person connect with a crowd to that level. And it's like, I know these people personally, And for you to come in and connect with these folks deeper than I could, how you did, like that made me like, all right, I'm gonna go back to the drawing board. And was ultimately one of them canon events that turned me into a better artist. You know what I'm saying?
That's fire. What was it like growing up, not in this neighborhood, but around this neighborhood?
I spent a lot of time on like Newstead and Maffitt. I graduated from Sumner High School. Kind of grew up in that area over there, so different areas, but I think it's a lot of the same stuff going on. I think it kind of molded me to where it was just kind of lessons that I learned, especially growing up in a single parent household with just my mom, and we had that talk about, you know what I'm saying, being able to teach me how to be a man. But I think for better or for worse, it's certain lessons that I just learned being around the neighborhood, you know what I'm saying, dealing with my friends and their parents and their older brothers, and you know what I'm saying, whether it's having fun or settling disagreements or whatever it was. I think, I don't know, Northside St. Louis played a huge part in shaping me into the person that I am today, like personally and as an artist. You know, it's songs and messages that I convey that I probably wouldn't even feel important to convey if I didn't grow up where I grew up. I think growing up and going to Sumner High School and finding out that Tina Turner, Dick Gregory, you know what I'm saying, all of these other huge superstars walk the same halls, I think that kind of gave me a little bit of inspiration too, like, all right, it's big things possible through, you know what I'm saying, even if we is in the trenches, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Was this area considered a no-fly zone, or was it a different part closer to you?
So we in Hyde Park. This is kind of like the edge of the Dub neighborhood. I say besides performing in the park, I really didn't do too much running around in this area till I got older. But yeah, I got a relationship, I got an affiliation with the area. I know a nice amount of musical artists that I have got the pleasure to produce for. R.I.P. SG, Breezy, R.I.P. Jumpman Joey, have come from this neighborhood. And I would say, especially like with the music scene of hip-hop today, I would say that this neighborhood, the Dub, College Hill, surrounding this Hyde Park area, I think this is a important area in regards to, you know what I'm saying, the St. Louis music scene. So, I mean, I feel cool in the area, but I mean, I don't know, this is one of them areas that, I don't know, depending on where you from or whatever, some people might feel a little less comfortable over here. Just being transparent.
Understood. Nah, that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? A lot of neighborhoods is like that, for real. If we being all the way real.
Yeah, for sure. But I always feel good, like, you know what I'm saying, you know how we are, like, we are people that's kind of one and the same, like, we move with a certain level of integrity and respect, and I feel like most of the places that we go, that just get reciprocated. So, you know what I'm saying, I feel at home in communities like this.
Yeah, for sure. We don't really have so many problems in places we go.
Nah.
Or whatever, like I can't think of no specific time where we had an issue with somebody at
me neither.
At a spot at all.
I feel like when there's positive stuff like this going on, like, I don't know, you gotta kind of be a jerk to bring them negative vibes to something so positive like this. Like,
for
real, man, it's kids on the bounce house, for God's sakes. He gonna deflate the bounce house. Come on now. But nah, this a general good time, and especially I think these neighborhoods need this. So I think it's much needed for bright spots, you know what I'm saying, to bring hope and just beautify the community. Like, this is beautiful. All these different folks just laughing and smiling and, you know what I'm saying, eating tacos and stuff. Just beautiful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. For sure.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? You know what time it is. Time for another Stitchcast Studio Arts Interlude. That's right, we about to pick the city up. This week, we have a Story Stitches original piece entitled Worthless.
Hey, lately I done had this worthless feeling. I swear I hate this feeling. They got the highest of hopes, what if I can't fulfill them? Stressed, wonder how I measure in success, and if I'm still considered blessed if I don't make the millions. They think that I could wake them up, Tie your laces up and give it to them. Sex, money, murder. You can't tell me they ain't been influenced. I wake up in my living room, going through the names of some people that claim truth, but had to die before we listen to them. I'm sick and tired of people lies. Sick and tired of people speaking lies and claiming truth, cause when they talk, it always equalize, just trying to equalize. Sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of seeing mama working. When she's sick and tired, it's clear that you don't want us here. Be reminded how we arrived. Fair warning, stories tend to change when read between the lines. The truth is out and in the open. Our lives aren't meaningless, just meaningless cause you judge us and you don't really know us. Just what they show on news. Racist opinions breed racist feelings. Hatred turns breaking news to broken news. Now can you see the picture that I'm showing you? With these lyrics I paint a picture that's vivid. That's called the spitting image. Black lives matter. What the fuss about? Years done wrong by the system. It's time to stand. Try to thug it out. Now all lives matter. Wanna air it out. All lives important, but it's our lives that they don't really care about. So why you even start your movement? Are all lives being executed by cops to get off like they ain't even do it? Or just the black ones? Can't tell me you that blinded. Black lives matter's a reminder. Sad you need to be reminded. Sad my people dying. Sad my people crying. Sad the only time my people feel they really got a voice is when they being violent. That's why they riot. So thank Officer Stockley. Never thought I'd get a Trump to have me picking sides with Romney. At the same time I got a family. G's moving silent, so I'm trying to stop the violence, sure, but let somebody try me. Try me. I might leave it all behind me. Black president got elected, had us guessing we was free finally. That's the biggest joke ever. And black on black crime ain't making it no better. We should know better. They trip off colors of the skin, we trip off colors of the shirt. You put your brother in the dirt, act like we so better. Why can't we see we do the work of our oppressors? Give slugs to our brothers, treat our queens like they lesser. Why you advertise your body like your mind won't get you better? Knowing well that he gon' treat you any type of way you let him. You can't cope with that pressure, sit back and smoke that pressure. Why you shaming education, then look up to all the felons? They rather keep you blind, kill the ones that make you better. If they kill me for the truth, then make my words live forever, huh? My people playing lately, everybody saying stuff. Ain't nobody said nothing that's worth saying lately. Just a bunch of how much you need for that gram lately. If you shake that ass, throw this cash, cause I got bands, baby. But I digress, oppression falls on us, right? And I'ma tell the truth if it kills me. And it just might, but ain't no silence in me. Speak out to whoever, if they knew better, they do better. They gotta do better. We gotta do better. Like, don't we need better? Ain't we better? Then why not be better? We gotta. We gotta do better.
You mentioned you had multiple artists from her that you produced. Did you find that there was any like connecting thread between those artists, like outside of like being from the same place? Like, could you tell that they was from the same place?
Yeah, for sure. For sure, because the Dub, most definitely, that's one of them, little St. Louis history, that's one of the older hoods of St. Louis. So this area was a, you know what I'm saying, a known hood. It's a neighborhood with a lot of history, so the people that are really like for real deal from this neighborhood, like a lot of them folks, even the ones that's, you know what I'm saying, having disagreements with each other, I'm sure that their grandparents and parents and aunties and uncles and all of them folks know each other. So even seeing that in the music scene, you know, the music scene is small, so a lot of people that do music happen to know each other, especially if you're doing it at a high level, you know what I'm saying, in the industry that we have in St. Louis. But for sure, just running the studio and dealing with different artists from the neighborhood, I would see that interlap, and it would be like a brotherhood. Like, it's one thing when, you know what I'm saying, you kind of mutually know an artist and y'all cool, but you know what I'm saying, they would come to the studio and a person in the studio and they ask, is it cool if this guy come through? And then like it happens, this is a dude that I also record, and you know what I'm saying, just seeing them camaraderies and like studio sessions is a lot off of like vibe and energy. So you know what I'm saying, you could feel that energy, like, you know what I'm saying, when a person in the room with who he deemed to be his brothers and they laugh, and then even how that energy transfer to the freestyle sessions. I got a dope video of a freestyle session. I think me and SK was in the basement. I was in there, I think it was Fo Woody, he ain't from the Dub, but Fo Woody, Lil Bottom, and Jumpman Joey, RIP. And I was jumping in here and there on the freestyle session, but they was just going in a circle, just 2 boys at a time, and it was so dope. Like, I just had to go live, and like, it was just a crazy moment. And you know what I'm saying, it was just a testament of them just being around their peoples, and you know, I'm just cooling and vibing off each other. Just a vibe that you can't really, you know what I'm saying, intentionally recreate. You know what I'm saying, just gotta happen, you know.
Yeah, that's real. Yeah, I could tell it's a spot with rich history, even if I ain't know the history myself. Like, I could tell just based off the fact that as soon as we walked up here, you know what I'm saying, you started pointing out certain stuff like, yo, in this very park is where such and such happened.
And even in the structures like the gazebo and the water towers down the street, like these is some stuff that you don't just see everywhere.
So, and I do gotta say, you know what I'm saying, this is a pretty well kept park.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah,
you know
I ain't even trip off that, but like, absolutely, yeah, this is one of the, especially for it to be in the neighborhood that it's in, this is a beautifully well kept, no trash on the ground park.
You feel me? Like, but yeah, very impressive, very impressive.
Do you have any history with this side of the city, this side of the north side, this little area we in right here?
Honestly, yeah, but it's not, I mean, like, it's not like no, I've been over here, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I wouldn't say I know the area well, you know what I'm saying? But as I drive through certain places, I am like, oh, okay, this is where, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I saw an accident over here a couple years ago, you know what I'm saying? When the sun was shining so bright, I remember driving down this street, the sun is shining bright, and I stopped my car immediately because I'm like, bro, you can't see driving down this road. Like that's a problem. And thankfully we was already where we needed to be though, so we just parked or whatever. Sure enough, coming out of the building to get back into the car, we heard a boom. We got to walk up the street to see what happened because the sun's so bright you can't see up the street. And sure enough, somebody had ran into the back of somebody's car.
Man, terrible.
Yeah, for sure. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't got no like life-changing stories or nothing like that happened here. But like as I sit in here, I do like kind of old memories start to slowly, you know what I'm saying, come back. Like, okay, I remember this intersection or whatever. So like we less than 3 minutes away from like Natural Bridge and Grand.
Yeah.
That area is a lot more familiar to me, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that's just a few blocks over, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it is that this event is doing well too because it's kind of like, it's not necessarily central north side, but it is a kind of central location because you got all them downtown neighborhoods right down the street, you know what I'm saying? You got all that stuff down Jefferson right down the street, you know what I'm saying? You got the heart of the north side, Fairground Park and all of that right down the street. So yeah, this is kind of, I don't know, I think geographically it does hold some significance to the area.
Yeah, I would say so. It just makes sense. My mama is a beautician and they had a shop on Natural Bridge and Grand.
Oh yeah.
So especially when I was younger, I spent a lot of time over there. And then I stayed on Greer, which ain't far from Fairground, you know what I'm saying? But I stayed on Greer for a few years of my life and all of that, you know what I'm saying? So I can't say I was submerged in this area, but it's almost like I moved around it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I moved around the area, so I would get like little peaks of stuff here, little peaks of stuff there, you know what I'm saying? Not really putting stuff together for real until today when I had to drive through this joint to find a parking spot. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, okay, so this spot is actually next to that spot, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, for sure. I actually ain't spent a ridiculous amount of time on the north.
They got a dope brunch spot right there, like on the other side of the firehouse. It used to be called something different. We had a business meeting there one of these like last year, and I went there, me, Diego, all of us sat down, had a business meeting up there. We a dope date spot, you know what I'm saying?
What it's called?
I forgot the new name. I forgot the old name too, but it's literally like on the other side of that fire station right there. I think for the Coalition DJs event, they did a brunch up there in L Train. And that's the brunch that L Train and Keith and all of them was at. On Sunday, they did a brunch right there, and they food good. They chicken and waffles crazy. I wish I could give them a appropriate plug on the podcast, but
felt. I feel that. But yeah, no, I think this fire, bro. I think this fire for sure. I ain't gonna lie, because it's just conversation and us, you know what I'm saying, collecting stories. I'm not sure how to end it.
We just gonna walk off.
All right, bet.
All right.
Yeah, I figure the rest. Bet. And I just say thank you for your story.
All right, I appreciate it.
Story Stitch's creative youth development programs are supported in part by the Lewis Prize for Music's 2021 Accelerator Award. The mission of the Lewis Prize is to partner with leaders who create positive change by investing in young people through music. Additional support for Stitchcast Studio and Story Stitch's programs is provided by the Regional Arts Commission, the City of St. Louis Office of Violence Prevention, in partnership with the St. Louis Board of Aldermen through the 2024-2025 programs to reduce crime among at-risk youth, and Tegna Foundation. St. Louis Story Stitcher Studio, the center, is supported in part by Kransberg Arts Foundation, where Story Stitchers is a proud resident organization. Thank you for listening.
They say who that, but you already knew that. That beat them Story Stitchers. Story Stitchers, Story Stitchers, Story Stitchers, Story Stitchers.